everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of SCTV3. I'm Alex Thomas.
And I'm Bree Hill.
Tonight we start off with our top story. It's a major one here on campus. Workers at the Cheney Dining Hall and Union Station are fighting to become unionized under an organization called Unite Here. The group has been informing students, faculty, and workers about the importance of this unionization effort. Aramark was unable for a comment. I have much more on this topic in this week's lead story.
It's an event which many people know is going on, but it's an event that many people don't really know the background on. That event is the workers of both Union Station and Cheney Hall, that's directly behind me, attempting to unionize for better benefits, better wages, and an all-around better work environment. I was able to catch up with some of the people helping the workers attempt to unite, as well as some faculty. I first caught up with Brandon Carey from the Operation Unite Here. He was able to share some insight on what they're all about.
So my name is Brendan Carey. I'm an organizer with the New England Joint Board, Unite Here. Unite Here is a union of food service workers, hotel workers, casino workers, garment industry workers, and different small manufacturing throughout New England. And we basically work to increase wages, get wages that are family sustaining, fair wages from these companies, and get good benefits. Make sure that people have health care they can afford, that actually covers what they need it to cover, and that they have rights on their job. And so that's why we're here and talking with these great workers in Springfield College cafeteria and trying to help them make their job the way they want it to be.
In addition to catching up with Brendan, I was able to catch up with Kevin Harry. Kevin works here at campus and is part of the Union Station staff. He shared with me his story and why he's in favor of unionizing.
My name is Kevin Harry. I'm a Union Station worker at Springfield College and Garment Services. Me and the workers are fed up with the workplace, being mistreated or work underpaid. So we're forming a union and we're asking you guys to support us while we do this. Over the last couple of years, we all get raises every November, 2%. We ask 2%, and it's 2% of what? They don't let you know. We don't have no voice. You ask a question, don't get a response. You get told to do something, the reason is because I told you to do so. There's no way to move up in the organization. I've been a cook for the last 4 years, had 3 different supervisors coming from other fields that's not entertainment food services. We're just tired of it. We need a union to help us with the workers' rights, help us get what's owed to us. It's 67 workers, and only 15 of us are full-time employees. Not all of us get health care, not all of us get paid vacations, not all of us get paid time off. So I have a sick kid at home. I have to take care of the sick kid, so I lose a day at work. I don't get paid for it. There's a few guys that do, but the numbers are very uneven, and it's unfair. We have people that's been there over 13 years and don't get more than $11 an hour. Myself, I've been here 5 years, got a raise every November, and I'm still under $10, and I started at $9. These are just a few issues that's going on. We're fighting to fix, and we hope you support us in what we're doing.
It's not just the workers here at Springfield College or the staff of Unite Here who's in favor of the staff being able to unionize. There are multiple faculty who are also in favor of this movement, and I was able to catch up with Susan Joel, a sociology teacher here on campus, who shared with me her reasoning for backing the unionization.
I'm supporting the effort for the workers at Aramark to organize a collective bargaining unit because I think that all workers deserve a living wage and they deserve to be treated with respect. And I think that's especially true for workers who are preparing and serving food to the Springfield College community, a place where we say we value respect and dignity, and it's a good way for us to demonstrate our leadership by stepping up and doing the right thing.
No matter what side of the coin you're on here, it's a very telling story. We've heard some opinion from people from faculty to the organization helping running this, to even people working inside of Cheney and the union. Now, in about a month, October 24th to be exact, there's going to be a vote in the Fuller Arts Center by the employees on whether or not they want to unionize. No matter which way you're going, whether you're supporting or not supporting this venture, it's an extremely important date for the workers here at Cheney. For SCTV3, I'm Alex Thomas.
Well, on an international news front, tragedy struck this week in Kenya. The Nairobi Westgate Mall saw a barrage of gunfire shortly after noontime on September 21st. There were at least 5 gunmen, including one woman who first attacked an outdoor cafe at the mall. 8 gunmen also started firing in the main part of the mall at that time. The attackers allowed all Muslim shoppers to leave without trouble, while all Americans that were at the mall were accounted for later on in the day. 59 people died in the attack, while another 175 people were injured. The entire attack lasted over 24 hours as the gunmen were able to hold down the mall and a few hostages. Our thoughts and prayers go out to those affected by this terrible event.
Well, today is one of the most notable days in Springfield College calendar. It's Humanics in Action Day. Today marked the 16th annual Humanics in Action Day here at Springfield College. Classes were canceled as over 2,000 students started out their day at 9 a.m. on Blake Track. After a speech from our new president, Mary Beth Cooper, Springfield College dispersed to their designated sites around the city. This year, there were over 100 project spots with 27 public schools taking part in the day. Many projects included reading and college awareness, painting, and cleanup projects around the city. Many students were enthusiastic, stating that this was one of their favorite days of the year. There's no reason why except that it shows the strong community this college shows and the relationship we have with our own city. Overall, the day went smoothly, and everyone that participated should feel extremely proud about their projects and the success.
Well, if you were in the campus union on Friday night, you probably got a look at comedian Matt Baker. The night was filled with many different acts and tricks. Our very own Luke Brown was there and even caught up with Matt in this story. Take a look, guys.
If you weren't at the campus union on Friday night, then you missed a great time. Performer Matt Baker had the crowd laughing hysterically and amazed by his many talents. The 31-year-old, who holds 5 Guinness Book of World Records, managed to electrify the crowd by doing everything from juggling.
Can you guys hear that out there? Can you hear that? Now that's not the sound of reindeer landing on your roof.
To telling jokes.
Is that not impressive? Do you feel like $0 is too much to pay for this? She's like, why don't you do something cooler? I mean, I paid so much money to get in here.
He even managed to catch a bowling ball on his head.
On the face! You don't have to watch, all right? You don't have to watch. Oh, here we go. She's like, all right, here we go. On the face, if I can have everyone count down from 3. 3, 2, 1. Come on, folks, hit the floor on my face. Pop it over there. There it is. Can you see that? Souvenir for the ladies. Souvenir.
Luckily enough, I was able to track him down after for an interview.
Luke Brown here with Matt Baker, the comedian, here to ask a few questions. How'd you get started?
I started as a professional hacky sack player. True story. You get paid to do that. Snickers candy bars paid me to travel to Europe and perform hacky sack for 2 years. So yeah, that's how led me to this.
What's your favorite part about performing?
I like the weirdness that shows create.
You like
people on phone.
Yeah.
I like messing with people and engaging the crowd in silly ways.
If you had one trick to do for maybe the President of the United States, what's your favorite trick to impress him?
I do a trick where I kick a fork off my foot and I catch an apple in my mouth. I'll probably do that. Did you see that? His texting photo was awesome.
And continuing with the theme of success, the women's volleyball team has set off to a tremendous start this year with a current record of 10-1 and a fastly approaching conference schedule. I was able to sit down with Coach Long and a few student athletes from the team to talk about their start for this week's Inside the Pride. Check it out. Welcome back to this week's episode of Inside the Pride. I'm Bree Hill. It's been an exciting start to the fall season here, and no team is off to a faster start than the Springfield College women's volleyball team. With over 400 teams competing in the Division III women's volleyball, leading into this week, the Pride ranks second in the country in hitting percentage and 10th in kills per set. I had the chance to sit down with Coach Maura Long and students Whitney Miller and Tessa Smolinski to talk about the early season success.
The program's always been successful. For me coming in, it was really just how was I going to put my mark on things. And I think our team has just really grown from every experience that they've had. You know, whether it was our first year going to the Elite Eight, which was unbelievable, and we realized, okay, that's where we want to be every year. You know, we want to compete for national championships. So I think maybe that's the evolution for us, is that we talk about a national championship, we talk about where we want to be, and I think our players do a good job of really evaluating themselves and saying, okay, well, this is good, but how do we make it better?
We always go in with a game plan on how we're going to go after the team that we are, and our team chemistry is like no other. We're a family, we connect, and we're always holding each other accountable, which I think is definitely why we're successful.
I think the fact that we've been working really, really hard so far this season, and we just have so many amazing coaches, and we watch ourselves, we learn about ourselves, about each other, how to make each other better. So just a lot of hard work and focus on that, and then just great volleyball around makes you a better player.
I think we're always looking for something that we need to improve upon, you know, whether it's our defense, whether it's our offense, just execution in general. You know, it's so many things. It's definitely not one person, it's definitely not one position. I think they all just kind of rely on each other, and that, you know, that's definitely volleyball. But I'm really happy with our players. Our women do an outstanding job of preparing themselves.
We always have a sense of urgency, and through our practices comes our intensity. We always set high goals for ourselves. We never underestimate teams because every team deserves our best game.
It first starts off with the pass.
It all starts with the pass.
It really has started with the pass. We say that all the time. I think our service reception has been very solid all year.
The key to our offense is definitely our service receive and our passing.
Having great setters put up a great ball.
Our hitters have been consistent.
Defensively, we've been solid all year.
So our defense is so good behind us.
I think our defensive specialists, our liberos, have been amazing.
Just having a fast tempo, great setters, great passes behind, everything just all works together.
It's an awesome start, I think, to our season, but I think that we always are like, okay, what's the next step?
You know, how do we just continue to get better in each conference match, which hopefully will get us the first place seed in the conference, which then hopefully, you know, we're home, and then we compete, and then win our conference, and then get the NCAA. So I just think it's a step-by-step process.
So we just keep focusing on every single game matters for us.
It's definitely our top goal, and it's like what we hold each other accountable to. We ask ourselves every day, are we practicing to get to a national championship?
This is what Springfield College volleyball is. This is the expectation, and kind of jump on the bus because this is what we're going to do. And I think they do a really good job of that, so I think that really has affected our success.
That's all for this week's episode of Inside the Pride. Be sure to join us next week when we feature our student athletes volunteering in the community for Humanics in Action Day. Thanks for watching. I'm Bree Hill.